First, it could be for, he mentioned something in the past, and some people did not hear. He says not the kind of ministry that Kirk Franklin is doing.
That's
So
not the
everybody
one
did not hear that
discussing.
part. Deliberately. There are people that we call, quote and unquote,
Gospel
artists. But they don't mean you just know that you sing their song. We can call names repeatedly. 2 years ago, the Kingdom Life Conference, the choir was to minister a song on the day of the Thanksgiving. And somebody was just feeling uncomfortable. Uncle Henry, and said, this song.
Is that the way they pamper? I remember.
They were about to sing. I said, this, they cannot. And that was how that song.
We had to throw it out.
They stopped the song for me. If you listen to that song, there are a lot of words in there that are occultic. But you don't know because they enjoy the pidgin English.
It's called language now, we know.
Yes, it's called language. So many times we come, we say something, we even dance to it and jive to it. But it doesn't have any spirit in it. So you feature a Two-Face Idibia. He features you in a song, 15-track album.
Two-Face and
He
Dulcie.
puts you, your song is number 13 or number 12. So after the encounter with you, does he go back? Does he come to Christ? He doesn't go to Christ. So who has used who? So many times we see these things and we can make every excuse that, what if, yes, we work for bosses who are Muslims. There's nothing wrong with that. But the message, first and foremost, you are preaching a gospel. If you have that understanding first, in terms of doing that recording with them. So I studied English and literary studies. We did a lot of theater work as well. And yes, in my line of job, we play a lot of songs on air as presenters on radio. But your vision is clear. I use a lot of songs on my sports programs on radio and on TV. And it's a deliberate decision to use the set of songs I use many times. So it gets to a point where nobody says your creativity can still remain perfect and intact in doing your job. So if you compromise standards, I know you are saying something, but please, let's go to Hebrews. You'll finish with that. This topic came many years ago in Lagos. And the answer is one. It's a hard thing. You know why you are going into that past collaboration with that person. You know. It's to get his fan base, it's to whatever, popularity. It is there. Hebrews chapter. Before I go to Hebrews, finish your thoughts.
Let me read the 2 Corinthians 3 so that we'll see what the New Testament ministry is. Now, do we begin again to commend ourselves? Or do we need, as some others, epistles of commendation to you or letters of commendation from you? You are our epistle written in our hearts, known, 2 Corinthians 3, known and read by all men, clearly ministered by us. So for the person that is ministering Christ and singing, it's not just entertaining or like the worship we did today. Ministered by us, written with ink. So written not with ink, but by the Spirit of the living God. So the only person that can minister the Spirit of the living God resident in him, not on tablets of stone, but on tablets of flesh, that is of the heart, through Christ toward God. Not that we are sufficient of ourselves to think of anything as being from ourselves, but our sufficiency is from God, who also made us sufficient as ministers of the new covenant, not of the letter, but of the Spirit. For the letter kills, but the Spirit gives life. But if the ministry of death, written and engraved on stones, was glorious, so that the children of Israel could not look steadily at the face of Moses because of the glory of his countenance, which glory was passing away, how will the ministry of the Spirit not be more glorious? For if the ministry of condemnation had glory, the ministry of righteousness exceeds much more in glory. For even what was made glorious had no glory in this respect, because of the glory that excels. For if what is passing away was glorious, what remains is much more glorious. Therefore, since we have such hope, we use great boldness of speech, unlike Moses, who put a veil over his face, so that the children of Israel could not look steadily at the end of what was passing away, but their minds were blinded. For until this day, the same veil remains in the reading of the Old Testament, because the veil is taken away in Christ. But even to this day, when Moses is read, a veil lies on their heart. Nevertheless, when one turns to the Lord, which is why we minister, whether it's singing, dancing, drumming, is that we want the person on hearing the song to turn to the Lord. The veil is taken away once you turn to the Lord. Now, the Lord is the Spirit. And where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty. What's the liberty? Person is no more blind. The God of this world has blinded him, which if we have gone to chapter 4, we'll see. That veil is taken away. But we all, with unveiled face, beholding as in a mirror the glory of God, are being transformed. So our New Testament ministration of whatever kind, music, preaching, is to transform the person that the veil is taken away from, are being transformed into the same image from glory to glory, just as by the Spirit of the Lord. And nobody can do this without the Spirit of the Lord.
Okay, thank you. Hebrews chapter 11. Hebrews chapter 11. Whether we stop, it's still in the context of believing. Because when you say we believe God, it also helps us make some key decisions. Way back in 140, we were given all the teenagers, the youth, take 1 week to listen to secular songs, take 1 week to listen to gospel songs. Pastor Tayo gave us that assignment many years ago. And everybody came back with a different testimony of, you feel overhyped. In that same week, you are listening to the secular songs, you are in the dire need of something. You don't go to that song you listen to, you go to God and start asking God for forgiveness. And when you listen to, everybody had their testimonies. Majority of us now are parents. Everybody, 1 week, listen to secular song, 1 week, listen to gospel song. And everybody came back with similar testimony. Because the two are not the same. Can two work together except they be agree? No. Hebrews 11, verse 12. Still in the context of believing. Are we there?
Yes, sir.
Hebrews 11, 12. By faith, Moses, when he was born, was hidden 3 months by his parents because they saw he was a beautiful. Sorry, verse 23.
Yes, 23.
Hebrews 11:23. Are we there? Yes. By faith, Moses, when he was born, was hidden 3 months by his parents because they saw he was a beautiful child and they were not afraid of the king's command. By faith, Moses, when he became of age, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter, choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of God than to enjoy the passing pleasures of sin, esteeming the reproach of Christ greater riches than the treasures in Egypt, for he looked to the reward. You see this text here? Is the reason why many of us, in quotes, secular gospel artists, want to pin ourselves with secular artists to blow. See this answer that Moses said. He chose to suffer affliction with the children of Israel rather than enjoy the passing pleasures in Egypt. Let me take it again. Choosing, from 24. By faith, Moses, when he became of age, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter, choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of God than to enjoy the passing pleasures of sin, esteeming the reproach of Christ. This is very essential. Esteeming the reproach of Christ greater riches than the treasures in Egypt, for he looked to the reward. Until we come to this place where Moses was and what he saw here, we can make every excuse we want to make. The reason is because I want to change the face, I want to change whiskey. Until you come to this reality of this thing, thank you, change R. Kelly. Where is he today? And all the people who featured him, the Kirk Franklins and all of them, and the issues they've been having. It's only a matter of time before it comes to the limelight. Until you come to this place where Moses was to make this kind of decision. It's a different case when your boss is a Muslim and you do your job. It's not the same scenario at all. Okay.
We are all Christians, yes. Day
We are
and
not
night.
all. Oh.
No, a Christian is a
Okay.
Christian day and night, right? But there's also a part, I don't know how to differentiate. I want to be careful with my words. Where, like he said, when you are working, I gave Mommy Noah a statement. Mel Gibson was the producer for Passion of Christ. He was not a Christian. But today, thousands of people have come to know Christ. Now, if I am an actress and Mel Gibson comes to meet me, and maybe John Travolta comes to meet me to act a movie, please, I need this thing, probably if I'm wrong. I will not say I am not going to act because it is not a Christian movie. No. It's my job, but I will choose the role. If they tell me to come and do something, I don't believe in I will not do that. That's yes, because I'm a Christian now. Now, Mel Gibson used people to act a movie that is a Christian movie, and he himself is not a Christian. And people have come to know Christ from that. Now, when I kept saying the purpose, one thing very paramount about us, which we've been praying about consistently, is we must learn to have a walk with God, a personal walk with God. And there's some things that we see on the surface, and we don't even know that it is a trap from the devil. And yet the Spirit of God, you don't take this job. But on the surface, it looks okay. There are some that on the surface, you will condemn it. But the Spirit of God will give you a go ahead. Go ahead. And there are different parts. Now, if like you say, if somebody pairs with Davido now, what is the purpose? I'm a child of God. If I hear in my spirit, immediately comes to meet me, I hear my spirit, don't go, Hadiza, or go. There is a reason why God is sending me there. But if I already look like, please, people should connect me to Davido. I have one song I want to try and pitch to him so that he will help me and I'll blow. Are you seeing the difference in purpose? That's the angle I am coming out from. If we come out and say, as Christians, I will never do anything that is not purely Christian, we've missed it. We've missed it. Why have we missed it? Because we're in the world. Yes. Why are we in the world? Why are we supposed to be politicians? We are supposed to be the change. We cannot say, I will never enter politics, because in Nigeria, politics is made out of thieves.